everybody. Good evening. How is everybody doing? Fine, I hope. Hi Shelley. Hi Vanessa. Hi Sue. Are we all good today? Just choosing it. Hi April. Here's the image. Hi Sharon. I'll give her a couple of more seconds for everybody to join us. Hope everybody's having a really good day and we're not all too tired from it being the end of the week. Must admit, I'm feeling a bit tired tonight, but looking forward to doing this live with you all. Just I'm gonna look and there is, yeah, I can see. So I am gonna be making tonight. I need to put the light on, so bear with me because I didn't get anything sort of out. Should have done. I'm going to be making a vintage purse. Vintage being... Well, you get a little bit lost. Let me have a look. I want to use one of these images. If not one of these images, then the other ones that I've got in hand. And I'm going to be using this sort of clasp. So, hello Wendy. Like I say, I'm going to be making an actual vintage purse. It's going to be done on my sewing machine. And I'm going to explain to you what I'm going to be putting in there in a second. I've had this a while. And I thought today, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing a live with you all with this. So we'll see how we get on. But yeah, that's my plan. I just got to get my images out while I'm waiting for everybody to join us. Come on. Yeah, she looks quite pretty. I'm just looking for my other images. Where are they? Here they are. Knew I'd find them. Doing well, how are you? Sorry the table shook then. I'm just looking for my vintage images. Now, I've printed all these. I want to be able, because I'm making a purse, I don't want looking for an image that isn't gonna be too much. How am I? I'm okay. I have been busy gardening all day long and yesterday, so I'm okay though. I'm going to be doing image transferring and all sorts tonight. So, need to decide what image first. I think these are going to be a bit too big. Hi, Jodie. Oh, bless. Did I say hello to you, Wendy? If I didn't, I apologise. Hello, my lovely. Thank you for all joining me tonight. Oh, hi, Vanessa. I think I haven't missed nobody. I don't think I have. Now, I got these images, but I think they're going to be a little bit too big for my purse. But I can do my purse any size I want to be doing it. But I've got to, I want to do a purse, I don't want it to be too big. And I am going to make a pocket on the back to keep a credit card. Yes, my lovely, you did. Oh, good. That's good. I don't want to miss anybody out. So I think I either go with, I want to go with one of these images. Not actual vintage, is it, if I go with one of them? What about one of these? What about her? She looks quite pretty and elegant. Or the one on the end? Which one? Help me decide, help me decide, help me decide. Just gonna move these on the side. So either this image, you all see that one, or this image. So let's go image number 1, this one, or image number 2, which is that one. Which one? Which image 2? Hello, Anastasia. Image 2, image 2. Right, we'll go with image 2. Go with image 2. Okay, so let me get my little scissors out. Image 2. Hello, and right, image 2. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do, I'll get my glass mat back in a second now. Just cutting the ends off this picture. And then we can cut it down once we've transferred it. Now, as this is going on fabric, I'm going to be using fabric to do it. But I need to get my glass board out. Hope the comments are working okay tonight. Get my glass board out. So, I'm going to be... This is just white ordinary cotton. I don't know the thickness of the cotton. It's not that thick. It's quite light cotton. And I'm going to be using this fabric to transfer my image. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do it. The way I like to do it is using Mod Podge. Hiya, Davina. Am I pronouncing that right? How are you all beautiful people? Oh, bless. More the better for seeing you. Right, so we need some Mod Podge and we need a brush. And then we're going to start, and once we've got the image across, let me just... Right. Oh, good, thank you. Right, so all we want is a good layer on our image. Put our fabric to the side because this is going to go on the front of our purse. Nice, good, even coat all the way edge. I probably won't use the edges because this is more of what they call it, a movie image. Probably won't use the edges, but you want a nice even coat. Now I'm using matte Mod Podge and I've printed this image out on 210 cardstock. And what you do once you've got it sort of all covered, put your image down on your fabric, give it a good firm down, and you want to press in all the corners, especially if you're keeping them. Since I'm not, I want it to stay there. Once you've done that, you can put your Mod Podge away. You won't be needing your Mod Podge. So it's that one that I've used, if anybody's wondering. I was driving, so I didn't individually say hello. I appreciate you all. Oh, bro, appreciate you as well. No problem. No problem at all. Right. It's completely fine. I'm going to get this image on. Right, so all that's in this bottle is water. I keep it on my desk, and every now and then I try and bring it out. Just got out of dialysis. Oh, bless. I hope it went well. Well, I say well. It doesn't ever go well, but I hope it went as well as can be expected. Will you be in my prayers tonight, Abril? Dialysis is no fun. My niece was on dialysis and it's no fun at all. I'm going to coat this with water, and then I'm going to gently rub the paper away. And all you're effectually doing is just rubbing the layer. Now, I think I showed this process before. It's just a lot quicker than me getting the freezer printer out and get it going with the you can start seeing it come in. And all you're doing is just rubbing the paper, because paper is made up of different layers, and that's all you're doing. Just rubbing one of the layers off. Hi, Rose. Yes, just a bit tired. Thank God for another day. Oh, bless. But this stream. Oh, wow. You don't actually know. I think I see when you do. I don't know about anybody else, but if you do videos, you think to I often think to myself, well, people are bound to have seen this before. And then you do it, and then everybody goes, oh, what a lovely process. This isn't made up by me, by the way. This process is on YouTube. I didn't come up with this process. I was inspired by Maggie White, and she saw it off somebody else. And this process, I watched one of Maggie's first ever videos, where she managed to rip the paper away from the fabric, and she had a photocopy image in one hand and like an inked image in another. So she had sort of two images from the same image. I can't do that. I think it's because she used a roller to, instead of me, because I pressed it on tonight, but she used a roller to roll it on. And she also used different type of glue to me. She didn't use Mod Podge. It's just I used Mod Podge because I thought I didn't have the glue that she used. But don't worry if it comes out and it's got little lines in. Vintage images, if you have a look at them on the internet, they're not perfect. As long as you've got all the paper off, then you're left with a real nice image on there. See? Quicker than freezer paper. And now there's still paper on there. That's where all the little bumps are. But that is what you're left with. And you can do it with sort of... I've tried it on... Oh, God, I'm trying to think now. I've tried it on satin material. It works on... No, it's not... Satin? Yeah, satin we tried it on. It does work on satin, but you've got to be really, really, really gentle with it, obviously, because of the fabric being thin. So you've got to be really gentle when working with satin, but it does work on satin. Canvas, it didn't come out for me. It may come out for you if you use a different glue, but it didn't with me when I used Mod Podge. And I wasn't left with the image, unfortunately. I wasn't. It just peeled. It just didn't. You just didn't have the image. I wasn't left with it on paper, and I wasn't left with it on canvas. But yeah, I'm good, Rose. Oh, hi, Rose. Sorry if I haven't said hello to you. Claire, is it cotton material you put the image? Yes, it is, Wendy, my love. It's cotton material, just plain cotton, that I had from the shop. I'm actually going to be making a Tilda doll. And I know I'm doing the step-by-step process at the moment on my channel, and I haven't been able to go back to it. But yes, it is cotton material. And if you do it and you get like little imperfections, now this is the first one I did on cotton, but can you see, by imperfections, this is what I mean. I miss seeing her put the image on fabric. So Susan, hello, Laurel. So basically what you do, let me just talk you quick through it. You coat your image. Now print your image out. I've been printing mine out on 210 GSM card or paper. You could use paper, just be really careful if it's printer paper, because if you use printer paper, you'll have to be gentle, because with card you've got a layer to be that more smoother with it. With paper it's a lot thinner. So 210, print your image on 210. Now I've got images printed out on these type of cards. Now this was printed out on photocopy paper for me, and this will do it, but when you transfer it, you won't get the shine. Definitely might not get the shine. And I don't know, because I've never tried it, whether the image might be distorted. So what I do, print it out onto 10 GSM, coat the entire image on Mod Podge matte. Use glossy. You're not gonna get a vintage look. If you're going more for the oldie worldy vintage feel, then matte, any sort of matte glue will do this. I didn't come up with this idea. I'm only showing it. I was originally inspired by Maggie White. I watched her first ever tutorial on how to do image transferring, and she managed to peel, I don't know how she did it, she managed to peel the image away from the card, and she was left with a, almost like, you know, in a Photoshop and they when they, like a film photo where you can see the outlines of the photo. There was no ink on it, it was just an outline of a photo. It reminded me when they put it in the special water to photocopy it, that kind of an image. And then she was left with a coloured image on the other hand. So she was left with two images out of one image. So she had one image to begin with, and then she was left with two. Now I can't do that for whatever reason. It will not work when I peel it off. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because I'm using a different glue. I'm not using a roller, so that might have a type of effect on it. But whatever the idea behind it is, I can't peel it off. But like I say, so I grabbed Mod Podge, which was my glue that I looked around my craft room, and I thought, well, what matte glue have I got? And Mod Podge was one of the matte glues that I had to begin with. So yeah, coat your image in matte if you want to use this technique. Coat it in Mod Podge in matte. Any type of glue we'll use. Hi Debbie. Mod Podge in matte, and then you pressed it down. And I pressed it down. You could either roll it or sort of press it with your fingers as if you went to stamping it. And then you gently spray once you've got the image on fabric face down, you spray with water on top. What I did then was I had a bit of kitchen roll, and I sprayed the water on the kitchen roll just to get it going in the corner. Take the kitchen roll away, and then gently rub with your fingers, and then the paper will start to peel off, and you will be left with an image like so. And this is as far as I've got. I think it was Wendy that asked me that, but this is as far as I've got, and you'll be left with that sort of an effect at the moment. And you see all these like little paper ends? That's what I'm getting off at the moment. So that's where I am. Joji, thanks for stepping to my channel. Oh, bless. You're very welcome, Susan. I knew it was one of you ladies that asked me. Can I ask a stupid question? Is the image reversed? Oh, what do you mean? Is she facing a different way? I don't think so. I don't know. You got me thinking now. No, I don't think she is. There's no stupid questions to questioning. It makes me think if I don't know the answer, but no, it's no stupid question. But I don't think she is, because when you put it faced, because she's facing left, now she's facing right. Yeah, she is facing a different way. She is. Say this is the paper, right? This lady's facing left. This is the only way I can do it. This lady's facing left. Say this is on paper. This is actually on fabric. Say it's on paper, and I put her face down. You can just about see her head through the fabric, and now she's facing to the right. So yes, she is facing a different way. So yeah, there's no stupid questions. It makes me think when you answer me questions and I don't immediately know the answers to. But yeah, I think she is facing a different way. I think. Thank you for letting us know. You're so nice. Oh, Wendy, my love, you're very welcome. So all I'm doing now is I've put some water on my board, just sprayed it down on my board, and I'm dampening my fingertips to make sure that I can get the rest of this paper off this image. Now, if you were left with, that's what I want to describe to you. If you were left with lines like so, please don't worry. They look absolutely beautiful, and I will be using this image. I didn't want to just use it on my purse yet. Don't be afraid because you haven't got the perfect image. Like I say, vintage images aren't perfect. And those imperfections is what makes a picture sometimes. So don't ever be frightened of thinking, oh, I've got lines, or the image hasn't come up the top. It has come out, and it's come out just as beautiful as if it came out all in one piece. Enjoy your lunch, April. Oh, bye, April. Thank you for coming, popping along. Love and blessings to you, my love. Oh, she's tired. I like the tattered look. Me too. I must admit, I do like the tattered look. Now, I think I've got everything off. And I'm going to put some glossy accent on this to shine her up. So I found if I do that, she comes up, well, the image comes up perfect. Okay, so there's our image at the moment. Glossy accent. No, that's quite a medium. We don't want quite a medium. Glossy accent. And I'm going to, yeah, the image comes out perfect. You'll see a difference now when I do it. There's an image brush. And then once we're waiting on this to dry, we can crack on making the purse. I'm going to bring my light over so you guys can see, because that is the main. There. Right. I usually put some on my brush to begin with. And then I'll go from top to bottom with it. Like I say, I'm not worried about these films. See, they haven't come up with the sides, but if I wanted to keep the whole image, bring you down, you might be able to see. If I wanted to take the whole image and keep it, just because it doesn't come up with the sides doesn't mean it's not a good picture. Now I'm going to leave that corner for you to see the difference. You can just see it, it's a little bit dull there, but when it dries, it'll dry really shine. Can you see the shine on it? I tilt it towards the light. Hi Sierra! Oops, just moved you again. I do apologise for the noise. I really don't have to knock it off once before I go live. And it brings up any of the papers that you haven't been able to bring up. So I'm going to leave that completely dry now. And then we're going to move on to making the purse. And we're just going to cut it out because we need this. And that's the image transfer. What message? Oh, hi Maggie. Sorry ladies if I don't see your message. I'm on the road, so my spelling would be great. Like, oh, bless. Will you be safe on the road, Rose? I don't mind. Hello, hi Maggie. Hello, Anastasia. Hi, Sierra. I think I've got everybody. Hello, Angie. I think I missed you. Oh, bless. If I've missed anyone, I do apologise. Or if I've missed any of comments, love what you're working on, Claire. Oh, thank you, Maggie. So there's the image done for my little purse. Now, my little purse, I keep saying little, because we've got the clasp. Where's it gone? This is the clasp. And as you can see, I love the details in this. You can buy these clasps. You can pick them up for £1. They come in all different types of sizes. If I get one smaller, you'll see the difference. Hello, oh wait, I'm going to pronounce your name wrong again. Sylvia. Hello, Sylvia. Hi, Shaz. Your ladies are such amazing crafters. I couldn't agree with you more, Susan. Right, so they come in different sizes. They can come in this sort of size, or they can come this small. The hook on the end, so this one's got a small hook on the side, and this one's got a round hook on that side, is for a charm. I'm sure if you ladies haven't seen, but Angie made me this charm when she sent me in her entry. So it goes like so, and it would dangle down on your purse like so. So if you imagine the fabric and then imagine that dangling, that's how it would look. Or if you wanted to go smaller, you could have it on this type of purse clasp, and they are metal purse clasps. I can tell you where I bought them from because I picked up thinking about it. Now I went to a fair when I bought these. So again, if you imagine the fabric and imagine that hanging down, you'd have a charm. Now, like I say, I didn't make the charm. Angie Paisley did, and she is in the chat tonight. Angie made me this charm and she sent me in her entry. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this project. So excited to see what you make, Claire. I'm glad someone is now. I'm only joking. I'm glad someone's excited. Meaning, love the open clasp of the purse. Beautiful hand. Thank you, Sylvia. you included in that. Oh, bless. Thank you, Susan. Lovely charm. Right. Okay, so you can get them any size. Now, like I said, I got them from a fair, but this is where I got them from. I actually forgot about this website. Now, they do clasp. They do bag clasps. No, not clasps. They're called yeah, they're called bag clasps. You know where you put the actual hook where you hook your bag closed, a bag. Like a butterfly clasp. They do a pinchy clasp. I don't know what they're actually called because I always forget. But they do different. Would be a lobster clasp. That's a lobster clasp. That's a big lobster clasp to do a charm. Now, if you have a look, they've got the exact same lobster clasp, but in the shape of a hanger. So they do different ones, and then they also do different purse clasps. The smallest one you can get for £1. That is £1. So it's not. The chat is going fast, Maggie. I do agree. It's just because you ladies are all excited. Sorry, I've been putting things. Oh, I know. That's okay. Right, so they do different ones. They also do fabrics. They do different things, and that's what they're called. I don't know whether they post overseas. I think they do, but if they don't, try having a look on eBay. But they're called, the ones that I'm using are called purse clasps. That's what they're called. And I'm going to be using this one because I'm going to be doing something different to put at the top. Okay, so those are those. Now, you can do your purse clasp any colour of any style you want. You can also go as big as you want. I'm just going to put these away, otherwise they'll get in my way. Excuse me, ladies. Right, so you don't want it too big. Now, what I tend to do is this fabric that I've got in front of me, it is 12 inches. I'm just going to cut that straight up. Doesn't matter if it's not straight. Honestly, does not matter at all. Okay, so this is 12 inches by, we'll start off with 7 1/4. Okay, when you fold it in half that way, you've got to visit your purse. How big do you want it? How small do you want it? Now that's quite a nice size to do your purse. Now that size is 6 inches because I've gone the other way with it, by 7 3/4. Now we're going to make it a little bit smaller, but don't lose the gap up the top because you are going to bring this in. You'll need to bring it in for your fabric to you can glue it underneath in the rim underneath, and then the holes are for you to sew it so it won't be going anywhere. So it won't be going anywhere, so you can sort of pinch it, and that's how you would do your purse. So don't lose your width on the top. So you need a lot of width at the top, especially if you're doing one of these. Now the length, like I say, is up to you. I'm gonna get my chalk out with this. Oops. Come on. There's my chalk. Okay. So I am going to go, I think I'm going to go 7 inches because I'm going to add a little bit of dangle to this anyway. I don't want too much of a dangle because I want it to be used as a purse. So I'm going 7 instead of 7 3/4. I'm going to just go 7. I'm going to use my glass mat underneath as my guide to join these dots up. There we are. I think that's not straight. 7, 7. Yeah, it is straight. It's me. My eyes are going crazy. Okay. So there's 7, and I'm just going to use my line again, tidy the edges up. So I can't see the chat at the moment. So if you're asking me any questions, if you could help me out and put them in capital letters, so I know that when I look up and I see the capitals, it's a lot easier for me to see the questions and amongst all the chat. Probably will to Saturday. Is that material doubled up? I just about saw that, Sylvia. Is that material doubled up so that is lined? I am doubling it up, but I am doing it lined. But you could use it as lining, but I'm going to do different material for the lining. I know what you're trying to say to me, and I'm going to... Come on. Okay. What you mean is it going to be lined in the inside? Yes, it will. Yes, it will be lined. I'm going to use different material though to line the inside. Now you could use it. I doubled the material up. So originally this was 12 by 7 3/4, I think I said. And it is now 12 by 7. Folded in half. Now if you fold it in half and just, when you fold it in half, press your fingers down on the line when you fold it in half. You won't have to worry about pressing it. Yes, I am going to line it, but you could use this and go straight from there, and then you've got your lining. By this I mean you could sew all your round your purse edges and then stick it in there, and you would have the lining inside and the outside, and use one lot of fabric. Hi Lisa. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to pad it. So because it's a purse, I want that bit of a padding. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use I think I'm going to use white material again, because there's going to be doilies and images and that kind of stuff going on top. I know if I use patterned, I can use patterned fabric. It's totally up to you. But for the lining on the inside, oh, I could. I'm just thinking. Oh my God. Wait there, ladies. I might have. How much is this? I'm going to put that on the outside, I think. I'll line it on the inside. Let me see what other fabrics I've got. Oh, I've got this fabric. I've got this fabric. I know what I'll use. I'll use this one. That's pretty. Gorgeous fabric. Love that color. It is pretty. But I'm going to use this one. Laurel's going to love this one. She thinks that yellow one was gorgeous. This is by Laura Ashley. Now, if anybody knows Laura Ashley, she is a well-known UK designer. And her things are really expensive to buy. And I managed to get this fabric in the sale in a shop, which is like mind-blowing really, because her things are gorgeous. And she sells she does sell the most amazing things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that fabric there, and I am going to let me jump it up a little bit. There. So this is like a canvasy material, but it's not. There we are. I'll put it to the side for now. Right. And again with this, that is Laura Ashley, no wonder I like it. See what I mean? Yeah, I managed to get it in the sale. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? That is so pretty. I also love Laura Ashley. I buy anything I see she makes. Just bought a tablecloth by her. Oh, did you, Susan? I've just bought some wallpaper, and I managed to get it in the shop for £5. And if anybody, like I say, if anybody knows Laura Ashley, she is a designer, and her rolls, each roll would usually, I don't know, £50, 45, £40. So yeah, I'm obsessed with her in the late 80s. Was you, Lisa? Beautiful too. Packing sucks. Oh, Sierra, you packing? We're all packing with you. Oh, love you. I think I remember why you're packing now. Right, I'm going to just cut it off here. And then this is going to be my lining for the inside of my purse. So I'm just going to cut this little section off. And then I'm going to put that. Now, there's a wrong side and a right side to cotton, they say. But this cotton, for some unknown reason, it's got a shine to one side. You may not be able to see it. I don't know whether you will. And then there's a dull side, and I don't know why that is. I don't know whether it's the way it's come off the roll. I'm not sure at all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pin. It should need ironing really, but I'm going to try and pin that down. No, it's fine. I'll be listening while I pack. Oh, bless. Everyone was going when Gina was wearing giant tea roses on everything. Oh, bless. Right, all I'm doing at the moment is I'm just pinning this because it'll help me cut it to the 12, I think it's 12 by 7 I've got. So this is my lining for inside the bed. Oh, I'd love to see that. Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see you work your patchwork quilt. Honestly, I would, because my mum makes she made me a patchwork quilt, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I know how much time it takes. I've never made one myself, but I do appreciate it when somebody does make one. Sylvia, I'd love to see it, and if I'd love to share it. Can I share it on my channel? If you emailed me a picture, would it be possible for me to share a picture on my channel of your work? I'd love to see that. Honestly, I would. Shiny side is the outside, Debbie saying to me. Do you think so? I've always put it... Yeah, when I'm making Tilda dolls, it never goes on the outside. I'd love to see it. If you could send me a picture, I'll have Angie, if she's not busy, I'll put my email in now, and then if I got permission of you, I'd love to share a picture on my channel, and I will show you ladies, because it's not fair just me hugging that all to myself. Sylvia's work, I would love to see that. It's years old. I think it's over 20 years old. I will try to send a picture, but not good at computers. Oh, Sylvia, honestly, well, you don't have to be good at computers. If you can send it to me in an email, I will make sure that if I've got permission of you to share it on my channel, so you ladies can see her work. This is my email address. Please email me. I'd love to see that. That sounds like wow. That honestly does sound like wow. Treasure heirloom. That definitely is Susan. Sailor L said she would definitely love to see it. And like I say, it wouldn't be fair for me to hog all Sylvia's work. It has to be seen by other people. If I got your permission to do so. Right. Just roughly cutting down the edges. I mean, it's going to be hemmed in a second now. Okay. That sounds like amazing. One. Two. You're right, Claire. The shiny side is the inside of the cotton fabric. Oh, is it the inside? Inside of the cotton fabric. Yeah, I thought it was. Don't worry, Debbie. Honestly, it's fine. Right, so I'm going to knock my machine on now. And usually I put the camera over, which I'm going to do. Sorry, just listening while I mess up. Oh, bless Anastasia. You're more than welcome. Thank you for listening at me. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I want to take the sides in before we send it off over to the machine. And to do so, all I'm going to do, I'm going to use my little gadget. Here's my 1/4 inch. There's a 1/4 inch. I might need to iron this flat. Methinks I'm going to have to iron this flat. Where's my... Where's a 1/4? All the way up. I think I'm going to have to iron this flat. Methinks so. Because it's got loads of creases in. And I'm using this little sewing gauge. You could use a ruler, I just find it quicker. And I'm using my little gauge to make a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. You want to do it on both fabrics. And like I say, I think, you see that's dry now. That's completely dry. Dry to touch, and it's got a bit of a shine to it. I will try to, and if the daughter will probably do it for me, hun. I don't see, no, my site's not the best, but we'll do mixed media, and I love watching ladies at work. Oh, bless. Well, if I've got permission of you, I'd love to share it on my channel. And like I say, that sounds absolutely immense. And what a throw to have. You must have, I wondered how long it took you actually to do, because I know patchwork takes, my mum keeps telling me to do one because she said it looks complicated, but it's not. I'm like, yeah, mum, that's okay for you to say, but she thinks what I make is complicated. I suppose it all takes practice. Right, I'm gonna iron this. It's wrinkling up and I don't want it to be wrinkled because we've got a right, this is the outside and that's the inside. I'm gonna mark on the inside and this will come out. just to keep those edges in nice and clean. And it's worth doing because around 3 months every evening after work. Oh wow, you're right, sorry, I will try it. You can tell, and an experienced crafter, they have all the little gadgets, and too quickly they use it. Oh, but I'm not experienced, I promise. I just love I pinched my little gadget off my mum. It is a sewing gauge gadget, look, and it's got all like all the little, so how much you want to take it in all the way around. So that's 1/2 inch, and then that would be like 2 inches from there to the corner. That's 1.5 inches. So yeah, I like my little gadget. I pinched it off my mum. She was watching a live once and she said, Claire, I don't remember giving that gadget to you. I said, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. She said, I don't remember giving it to you. I said, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Don't worry about it. She had to go out and buy herself a new one. I said, you gave it to me. You can't have it back now. You've given it to me. Yeah. My mother was a quilter, Sylvia. It is a really lost art almost. It is, Susan. Definitely is. And the thing is, it's things like patchworking that is amazing. I always find it fascinating when I'm watching somebody do it, because I often watch do you ladies know Debbie Shaw on YouTube? Does anybody ever watch her work? She is a crafter that sometimes is on Creating Craft on the telly, and she makes the most amazing things. Right, so I've used 1/4 inch all the way around because I need to iron that. I'm going to take it, the inside, the shiny side is the inside. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it. Come on. And again. I'm going to neaten these corners up now. And I've got some gorgeous doilies and things I want to put on it. Now these corners, what I tend to do with the corners is a little bit different to what I was doing on, I'm doing on the sides. And what I tend to do, let me remember this, is if you cut the corner at an angle, so you got that, you will see, cut it at an angle. When you go to fold it, you should have a perfect corner, almost. Wait a sec, that's not straight. There we are. And again with this side. My pins, where have they gone? I wish I had the talent to take all my scraps of lace and make it into a quilt. I think that would be so beautiful. Oh, can you imagine, Susan? I'd love to see that, Max. What did Maggie say? I made only one quilt, queen size. It's on my bed. Took a long time to make, but I love it. Oh, wow. Claire, are you sure she gave it to you? I might have it on a permanent borrow basis. That's what I might have it on. Yeah, that's what I've got. I've got it on a permanent borrow basis. It just means that because I've ordered it on a permanent borrow basis, but eventually one day she'll have it back. Eventually. Oh, Maggie, yeah, that would be amazing if you were to show us. That sounds amazing. See, you ladies are so talented. When I retired, I made a quilt of my uniform tops. Oh, wow. See what I mean? Maggie and Debbie, you've got to show us your quilts, definitely. You're so talented, ladies. I don't think there's one thing, like I say, somebody said, I can't remember who said it now, it is a lost art, patchworking. And it's something that takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. And if you've got the time to do it, and you've got the patience to do it, then, you know, why put it off? I mean, it's beautiful when it gets, when you actually finish it and it gets, I mean, my mum made me one. It's got my name on, my date of birth on, and it looks gorgeous. It's got all my animals on, and it's even got my my husband's got a guide dog, and it's even got him on it. She's done all the animals in their colours, and yes, even got Heath on it, and Heath is my husband's guide dog, and he's even got a harness on the quilt, and it looks amazing. So I take my hats off to anybody that patchworks, because like I say, and my mum often patchworks. She loves patchworking, and it's something that I've always admired to do, but I don't think, well, you never say never, but I just don't think, I don't know, I don't think I would go then to see, you know, to see it. I love crochet in the winter months around the open fire. See, Sylvia? I'd love to. I'll take a photo and put it in the group when I get a chance. Oh, thank you, Maggie. So many talented people on here. I couldn't agree with you more. Now I need to iron this because we need to do it. So bear with me while I get the iron. Oh. Right. Okay, so hubby's off to get the iron. I got a tea cloth.
Yeah, it's your lovely assistant coming in with the iron.
Yeah, you are a lovely assistant.
Yeah, behind door 3, this is what we have. We have a Russell Hobbs iron. Plugged in and everything.
Oh, yeah. See?
You don't want to know what's behind door number 2.
Door number 2? Yeah. I'm going to wait for that to warm up. I couldn't agree with you more, Susan, honestly. And I would love to see Susan and Maggie's quilt. Definitely. You ladies should definitely either do a video or take a picture. One or two, but it's definitely need to be done. So, like I say, you just need ironing. I hate ironing. It's not my favourite thing to do in the world. But this is the lining for my purse, and I know if I was to put it in like so, the corners are not gonna speak nice. See, now I can see what I'm doing. That's better, nice and flat. That's perfect. Now let me unplug it. Where's he plugged it in? Goodbye, Rose. Have a lovely weekend. Whatever you're doing, I think you're going camping this weekend. Whatever, have a lovely weekend. Honestly, I will hope the weather stays nice for you. Well, mind you, you're in USA. 9 times out of 10 it is nice there. Mikey, thank you for watching, lovely. And definitely I'll be looking out for your picture or video. I found so much inspiration now. I need about 10 of me to make all things I'd like to make. Oh, me too, Laurel. Me too. I'm with you on that one. So I'm going to pin this over. And this is a little bit thicker than the cotton. This is more like a canvasy material. So it's going to take a little while for me to pin it. And I can still see the lines I've created. Hi, Liz. I just saw that you're on. Oh, thank you, Liz, for coming in. Just pinning this, so I do apologise if you just watch me do it. And then we get the fun part of sewing it, and then we get even more fun part of decorating it. Oh. So again with those corners, where's that small scissors gone? There. Fold it over like so. And I am working on the inside, always the inside of my fabrics. Have an awesome weekend. Right, I'm gonna, like I say, just cut the corner off at an angle, and you'll be left with a real nice edge when you go to pin it. You got me guessing now what your quilt looks like, Sylvia. Got that in my mind of what it looks like and what colours it are. Now you could press the edges and then pin them if it helps. I don't bother doing it because it's going to be sewed in a second anyway, but some people do press the edges before they cut them, that way before they pin them, that way they know that the edges are straight. Move this. Okay, and then just in this last corner, I'm going to take you over to my sewing machine then. There. Okay, so that's my pins. Okay, so we've done A and B. Now I need to gather all this together. I do apologise for that noise and clattering I'm making. Right, did I move my little scissors? There it is. We'll need that. We'll need the other scissors. And then I'm going to bring this over. Move this pin down, and then I can work with the pins rather than against them. I'm using white cotton. I tend to use a lot of white cotton. If you used coloured fabric and you weren't using white, then you could use a different colour cotton, and that way you'd have a real nice sewing edge if you wanted to see it. Even though I'm securing my edges, my edges won't, I don't think you'll be able to see all of the edges, let's put it that way. So I'm going to go front. It would help if the cotton was in the needle. And just thread it. The top cotton's come undone. Okay. I put it to the back, and I'm just gonna cut it so I know where I am. Okay, so front forward a couple of stitches, and then front back to secure those stitches. And I've stopped because there we are. Thought it got caught, but it didn't. And then as you go around, start taking some pins out. Now I can't see the chat at the moment, but I will catch up with you ladies in a second. And you always, if your pins are not in the line of your needle, my advice to you is always make sure you take them out, because you can end up either breaking the machine or bending the actual needle in your machine. That's if they're in the line of your needle on the machine itself. Hold that. Stop it there, hook up, foot back down, and I've gone around the corners. Nice. Okay, foot up. Like I say, I can't see the chat at the moment, but I will catch up with you in a sec. And it's not perfectly straight because I can never sew straight. But like I say, okay, and I went forward and backwards to secure them stitches, because then that means I can cut the threads straight back. I haven't got to worry about them coming undone. Now I can catch up with you. It has two doves that I sew in the middle, and the rest is different. Blue. Oh wait, so this is what Sylvia's patchwork quilt looks like. So it has two doves that I sew in the middle, and the rest is in different shades. Is in different blues, flowers, and a plain skirt of blue. Not as good at explaining. Oh bless! No, you have. I can picture it. It's better than what I had in mind, but that sounds beautiful, Sylvia. It's absolutely beautiful. As you can see, my stitches aren't straight, and that's what it looks like on the outside. They're not straight, but this saves me the job then of the hassle of trying to gather it all up together. And I've got my pins all in one place. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. So make sure your threads are at the back. I'm just going to take this one out a sec. Put that side. Doves, oh, that sounds amazing. And you are good at explaining. I got a picture in my mind now what it looks like before you've sent the picture. I bet the picture's amazing though. And I bet it's even more amazing in real life. Okay, so like I say, go front and back. Thank you, Susan. See, told you, you're good at explaining. It's better than my sewing. I think I'm sewing in a straight line until I looked at finished and then it's all over the place. Oh, bless. So honestly, well, I promise you it's not straight as, but for what I'm doing, see how you can see how I've gotten sort of out of keep there. But like I say, it brings those edges in nice and neat. And I'm going to do the same with this fabric. Then I'm going to bring both fabrics together. So forwards and back. And then keep going. When you reach the corner, now this, because it's canvas, it's gonna play tricks on me. I'm gonna bring my needle in, turn the fabric, and cut this edge off because otherwise it'll get caught in the machine. And then with the white cotton, it'll even get caught a little bit more. I'm just gonna fold it over, ease it over with my pin. There we are. Okay, and this is gonna take a little bit. Fold it over, come on, gently ease it over. Lift my foot up and I'm gonna sew at an angle and then sew straight. Take my pin out. Can't see the chat at the minute, ladies. I promise I'll catch up with you all in a second. And again with this corner. Turn it. Take this pin out. And I'm going to take this pin out and then I'm going to do the same with this corner. Okay, lift that up, lift this up. I'm going to move that sewing machine out the way. I'm going to show you, I don't know what that noise is, wait a minute. God, what's that noise? Sorry guys about that. My speakers decided to come on. Did you you all do sewing at school. My first piece was a circle skirt back then, donkeys years ago. Wow. I did. Oh, did I do sewing at school? I did ish. What was. No, I didn't. No, I don't think I did. I did do textiles. Yeah, I did. I remember now. Do you want to know what my first piece was? Who asked that? Sylvia. Do you want to know my art teacher? Well, my textiles teacher didn't like me. My art teacher did. And my textiles teacher didn't like me. And the reason she didn't like me was because, well, it's her own fault. Well, the thing was, right, I just remember, the thing was, we were all in class. Now, I wasn't a naughty child, I wasn't. I was the child that was really quiet in the corner and the one that, you know, you spoke to if you had to and like had the minimal friends. That was me in school. Never popular. And I don't know why I wasn't. I just wasn't. Anyway, this school that I went to had recently refurbished a lot of their stock. And one of the things that they had refurbished was the sewing machines in a textile room. So our class was the first class to go in and use these sewing machines. And I'm laughing because she had the sewing machines all lined up perfectly. And we walked in and we were all excited about using these machines. And she was going, right, nobody wreck my machines. Everybody listen. Everybody listen. Everybody do as they're told. This is how you do a machine. And it was all sort of barking orders. There was no directions. It was barking orders. This is probably why I didn't like her. Well, anyway, we all went on the machines and she wasn't a nice teacher. Nobody liked us. We weren't, just me. And God, my dog is moaning at me because she wants me to play with her, by the way. It's not me neglecting my dog. She just wants me to play with her. Well, anyway, went into class. And she said, right, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to make. And we had a pattern. And I think our pattern was to make an actual T-shirt. So we had to do it to our size. So anyway, I cut my fabric. It was all looking all pretty. Chris, can you go and play with Rosie, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
And I sound like you in school. Well, anyway, I see. So we could have been in the same class, Sylvia. So we cut all the pieces together. And she was going, right, this is how you do it. And you sort of watched her from the top of the classroom. And she didn't come down to you. If you wanted a question, you had to go up to show her. And I cut all my pieces. They were all laid out, even ironed them. Even back then, did all fancy edging and all that. School's on these new sewing machines. And I'll put it this way, she had to refurbish the sewing machine I went on. Because I broke it. It was a brand new sewing machine. And I broke the machine. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And I was like, Miss, this isn't going through. Miss, this is not going through. And she's like, Colette, get out of my way. She had a look. And the needle had snapped. The bobbin had come out. Something else had happened. The fabric was stuck and jammed in the machine. There was just loads of things that were going wrong. And she said, right, that was not you not paying attention. So anyway, the machine was broke. So when I went in next time, she said, right, class, we're going to decorate the T-shirts that you made. And I went up to her and I said, Miss, I didn't make my T-shirt. You threw me off the machine. I wasn't allowed to go back on it. She said, I've made you a T-shirt. You are Colette. She threw this T-shirt across the classroom. She said, you were not to go back on my machines. So I never went back on the machines. Everybody else had a bollocking then because I had messed up these machines that she just had funding for brand new machines, and I went in the classroom and there was me trying to pay attention. Yeah, so that was my first experience on a sewing machine, and I never touched one since until a couple of years ago when Chris bought me a machine because I wanted to sew our curtains. I wanted to hem curtains because back then I used to make our own curtains, and I used to do cushions for us. And yeah, it wasn't until that machine, and then I fell in love with them again. But yeah, that was my first experience. Let me hear yours. I don't know how I managed, but it was really good sewing. I love to sew. Oh wow, Laurel. So you did brilliant at sewing then in school. Susan said, I am intimate. So you love your sewing then, yeah? Oh, Susan. Sylvie says, no, I don't think we were in the same class. I'm old enough to be your grandmother. We could have been. That's what I'm saying. We could have been in the same class. We could have been. Anastasia said she made a bathrobe and a sweatsuit. Oh, did you? Oh, see? See, I needed you all in my class. I never went back in the machine. Everybody else had A's for outstanding doing the machines. She wouldn't let me back on. Maybe the same teacher. I know. Tell me about it. Debbie says, I took home EC. What's EC? Mayday pleated skirt. Is that, gosh, see, we call it textiles. We had textiles and art, and textiles was like, it went from anything from sewing to printing to stamping to anything that was textile related, to fabric to cotton to ribbons, anything like that. And then we had art, which was drawing, watercoloring, anything that was arty. So drawing, art I was good at, still am, but no, back then, no, I never went back in. We also did a lot of cooking. Yeah, we had a cook. Did you enjoy your cooking? Did you enjoy cooking? I must admit, I enjoyed cooking when I was doing cooking lessons. A good teacher would have walked you through it step by step. Yes, this is true, Susan. This is true. At the time, though, because as a kid, when you've been thrown out of something like that, you're devastated. Now I can laugh about it. But at the time, I was like so devastated. Now, I'm using fleecing. Now, this fleecing, I say fleecing, you can call it batting, you can call it wadding. It's flat wadding, and that'll give me some thickness when I sew these two pieces together. And what it is you know, at Christmas and in the shops, I don't know whether you guys will have it in your shops, but in here in the UK, at Christmas, you can go in to the cheapest shops and you can get snow fleecing, and it's basically used to put on, like, whatever you want to put it on, a windowsill, a table, whatever. And they basically, instead of naming it wadding or badding, they name it snow fleecing, and it's the same thing. So I bought a ton of that come Christmas, and I buy it every year and I use it throughout the year then, and I don't pay a lot for a big patch. Like, all this is the snow fleecing, and you can go as thick as you want it to go. You can add 2 layers, which I might add with this, but yeah, this is what I'm using, because wadding or batting, whatever you want to call it, some people call it different things, can become quite expensive. So that's how I sort of keep the cost down of buying my wadding. I see some gorgeous purple fabric. You do, Laurel. I enjoyed cooking but hated taking it home on the school bus. Oh, home is EC, short for economics. Oh wow. No, we didn't have any of that. Not in our school. We made baked Alaska. Am I pronouncing that right? You from the UK, Anastasia? USA, Anastasia. What can you describe to me what Alaska? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Describe to me what that is. I've never heard of that before. Right, so this is my lining. This is the outside, because I'm going to be putting the picture on. I might use this as my... let's use this on the outside because it's pretty fabric. So all I want to do is inside out. No, this side first, because and I'm going to pin it all the way around. Now I'm leaving, you know, that 1/4 inch where I've sewed it. That's what I'm going to leave. And then all I'm going to do is use the edging, just pin it together. And I'm going to use the purple on the outside. Nice purple fabric on the outside. My stitches are going to be on the outside, not the inside. Because I've already hemmed the edges, so they shouldn't show. And I think my purple fabric is a little bit too big. And if that's the case, I'll just shorten it down. Yeah, it's a little bit too big. Slightly. Just tuck it over. There. Like so. That way, sorry. And I'm not going to cut the corners off at the top, because these corners is what brings the purse together. I didn't have to put double the batten. I doubled my batten or wadding in. Hiya, Ellen. Finally have time to myself. You're doing a live. I'm so happy. Oh, the time. So baked. Alaska is a cake full of ice cream that you bake. Oh, wow. Originally from the UK, Sylvia says. Hope everyone's doing well. So where are you now? I think I always ask this. Where are you all watching me from, and what time is it where you are in the world tonight? Or this morning, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, I'm just going to pin it. Pin it all the way around. And I'm going to use the purple fabric, I think, for the outside, and the white fabric for the inside, because it's a little bit prettier, and it'll give the back of my purse. Should I use the white for the outside? I think I should use... Got some nice trims I want to use. That way, sorry. Right, so I'm in the USA and I live in the state of South Carolina, says Susan. Oh, wow. Ellen says Glasgow, Scotland. Oh, wow. Is that where you're from, Ellen? 10:30. Sue says Scotland, 10:30. Sylvia says Southern Ireland and the same time as you have. Wow. Susan said it's 5:30 p.m. here. Anastasia says West Virginia in the US, it's 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Wow. So I guess, and then Susan and Anastasia are on the same timeline. And Debbie's just typed in she's from Florida, 5:32 p.m. Wow. Gosh, you're all watching me there in different time zones. It's amazing, isn't it, when you read everybody's comments. Anastasia, I'm feeling either that you're Key or West Virginia. I know what a holler is. I lived in the K for most of my life. It's Anastasia. Anastasia is West Virginia. Yes, Susan, she's from West Virginia. Right, I'm playing with this because I was talking to you guys. And I'm just going to pin now these edges together. I knew it wasn't straight. Yes, look. I may have sort of knew I had cut the same length. Nope, she's underneath my chair.
Oh, right. Yeah, you found it. Right.
My dog's trying to get me attention. Lol, I know, right, Susan? I did cut them the same length. Just didn't line it up. So I've got to go around the edges again now. I think I may use... What to use? I don't know whether to use the white on the outside or the inside. What do you reckon I should use, ladies? The white on the outside or the inside? What would you use? So it's nice and padded. You could use what's it called? Felt. You could use felt if you haven't got any wadding or batting. I've used that before in the past if I want something padded, and that does a nice job too. So my purse is going to go like sort of, that needle's a bit, pin is a bit iffy, but it'll go like so. So shall I use the purple on the outside, which will, I'm going to make this less puffy, which is that image. Purple on the outside, or the white on the outside, because I've got some nice appliques I want to use, which will only take me 5 minutes to put them on, and I've got a nice trim that I want to use, which is some nice lace. I might use the white on the inside. Love the floral pattern, Sylvia says. I love the colours, so I will put the white on the inside, Ellen says. Okay, anybody else? Oh, Sarah says she's from Washington and it's 2:34 p.m. Laurel says it's 4:33 here in... Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. How do you pronounce that? Illinois? No, I'm pronouncing that wrong. Yeah, I've got some nice lace I want to put on the outside, this lace. And I want to put some appliques and stuff. White on the outside, Anastasia says. Yep. Oh, I've got pronouncing that right. So I've got white on the inside. There's 2 white on the outside, but then the white is on good on canvas for trims. I'm just thinking if I do this on the inside and I put that on the outside, with me putting some gorgeous lace on top, which I'm going to do because otherwise it's going to be a puffy purse. I'm going to be covering the floral pattern. Whereas if I put that on the inside, when you open the purse, you're going to see the beautiful fabric. love to visit you. Then the white is good. So what do you ladies say? Yes, I love inside, outside. But then the white is a good canvas for trims. Yeah. So I've got 2 for 2. Anybody else want to comment what they think? White on the inside or the outside? This is the image I'm using. Outside, white outside, white outside. Okay. Thank you, ladies. And we're going to do, because this batten is a little bit puffy, I'm going to make it less puffy now in a second. Let me bring my machine back over. Okay, white on the outside. Everybody's just saying white on the outside. Thank you, ladies. And I'm going to put that on the edge this time, or where I've just sewed. Down, back, forward, back again, and then you can go as close as you can to the edge. And if you feel like I've just felt as if you're coming off the edge, continue to go as close as you can to that edge. Wait a sec. Take this pin out so that when I do the corner, lift the foot up, turn and put it back down. Keeping my pins all in one place so I don't lose them. They tend to go on the floor. And there's a way of making this less puffy. I'm going to show you in a second how to do. Down. I'm going to kill my dog in a second. She's throwing things at me now because I'm ignoring her. You ladies probably can hear it. I think the hand-operated ones would be confusing. Are you ladies on about machines? A little gap there. Okay, snip that off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these pins. That's where we got so far. So it's really puffy. And if I was to make a purse out of that now, that's how puffy it was going to be. So I need to flatten it somehow. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my little scissors wherever I've just put them. There they are. Cut these threads right off because I can, because I went back on my stitches. And if you notice, so the first line is where I did it with when I was turning the stitch back. The second line, which is the one very close to the edge, is the one I've just done now. So try and get as close as you can. Now, we want it that way, but like I say, if we do it that now, it's going to be really puffy. So to stop this being as puffy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my machine. I'm going to try and show you guys. On my machine, I've got different settings for different patterns. So if I turn you up, this is the pattern that I want to do, and this zigzag allows me to create not just the pattern on this, but it stops the puffiness of this. So you've still got the bad in between your fabrics, but it sort of squashes it so that when you're closing it and you're making a purge, it same goes with the cushion or anything that you want to do. For anybody that sews, they will know what I'm going on about. If you change it to a zigzaggy pattern, I do a zigzag because I know do my straight stitch all the way around, and I'm gonna start, and all I want to do is just do it diagonal. This is what I tend to do if something's not as puffy. If something's as puffy, let me just show you. Something's as puffy and I don't want it to be this puffy. So one there, one there, one there, one there, one here. Oh, I'll move this one over. One there, and then one just here, and we're going to go across the other way as well. So that's how I've got it at the moment. You are matching quilting it. You are matching quilting it. Is that what it's called, Anastasia? I don't know what it's called. I know that when I sent in my mother's house last time, was my aunt came down from nothing. Sewing machine. Oh wow. There's one in our local shop window. What's in the local shop window? What have I missed? Made her quilts on. I remember my mother sewing in an old Singer pedal machine. Yeah, this is a pedal machine. It's not a did I read a comment and it pops up? When it pops up on my device that I'm filming from, it pops up, then it fades away. Did I read that somebody said when you haven't got control, it'd be confusing? Now I've tried I think I'd be chasing them down and taking them back. What? I missed. Yes, and my mother's Alzheimer's and my aunts came down from my north. They took all her they took all her quilts and her sewing machine. Do you mean they took them to her or took them away from her? They took them away from her. That's awful, Susan. I'm so sorry. Antique pedal machine. Meant machine quilting. That's awful. That's absolutely disgusting. Well, they've got to live with the consequences. And the thing is, I know you didn't want to create a massive ordeal about it, but they've got to live with that consequence of the rest of their life and what they've done. So God will be their judge. Even if they didn't have the comeuppance at the time, God will be their judge. That's awful. Some people just haven't got, shouldn't even be allowed to do things like that and get away with it. So straight across, and you'll see, I'm going to bring the needle back up. So that is what has done it. See the zigzag? And the more I do it, the less puffy it'll become. Okay, here's that one. this one. And what the machine is doing, it's going back and forth like a zigzag. That one. There is. I was saying hand operated would be confusing. Because I read the comment right on, never mind. Hand operated machines. I've tried them, and you're right, they are confusing. But you can have so much fun. I tell you what my mum does. Oh God. If somebody sews, they'll know the name of it. What's it called when? Oh, you can make patterns out of it. What's it called when you can make patterns out of it? Free motion quilting. Yes, I remembered it. Yes, it's free motion quilting with a machine that hasn't got a pedal on. That's what it's called, and that's what you can do. So I'm still going back and forth even when I'm doing this zigzag pattern, and then I'm gonna go the other way. So, and I'll show you what it does. It creates the badding, or the wadding, whatever you ladies call it. Sometimes I call it wadding, sometimes I call it, I don't know, I think I always call it wadding. It becomes flat. And then when you put your purse together, it's not so bulky even the word. I'm just making my pattern again with the opposite direction. You ladies can't see me. Should be able to. Okay. Push it down, forward, back. Okay, bring it up. Go here. I need that one. You use your hand instead of your foot. Yes, when you use your hand instead of your foot, a free motion quilt is where, yeah, the machine's on. That's what I was trying to say. Your sewing is lovely and neat. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. I get very confused no matter what I'm doing. Oh, bless. The hand machine is much more slower and more controllable. Yes, some people find it easier to use a machine that it hasn't got a full pedal. I've used I've used my mum's one, which hasn't got it's an automatic sewing machine. I don't know what I feel. I had a go. And like you say, I think as Anastasia has said it without looking at the comments, and she said about not having any control. It all depends on the person, I suppose. So I know what you're trying to say. It all depends on the person. I like the foot, having the option of the foot, because to me, you know, because I like to make sure my fabric is precise, make sure where I'm putting the pins is precise, and I know with an automatic machine, I don't know whether I can be that precise when I'm using my machine with an automatic. But again, it all depends on the person. all depends on the person. Okay, and I've got, oh, nearly landed all these pins on the floor now. That wouldn't be any good. And then I've just got this little bit to do. And then I'm going to be able to show you what I mean. This is what it gives me. So that's what it looks like at the moment. So I'm going to cut all these threads off, and then I'm going to create our, fold it in half and create our purse. And because I went back, I'm glad you think this is neat, because I don't think this is neat. I think this is just sewed. But with anything, it takes some time and practice. And like I say, I used to be, when anything came to sewing, I used to prefer to do hand sewing. And if often I don't feel like getting the machine out, because they are quite bulky things, no matter what type of machine you have. Yeah, I prefer hand sewing. I tell you what I read the other day, and maybe you ladies feel the same way. Somebody was saying the other day on Facebook how they bought a small sewing machine, and now I haven't got one, so I can't comment, but how it's more, they were finding it more complicated than a normal sewing machine for some reason. I don't know why that is. Like I say, this is going to get covered in a sec. Just cutting off the edges. That looks really cool. Oh, wow. Thank you, Laurel. Do you just flip a switch and it goes? Oh, right. So, do you use a hand instead of a foot? No. My machine is a foot. So, at the side of my machine, it's the same plug. And it's plugged into, plugged into the mains, into a socket of some sort. And then I've got a foot under my cable. So no, my machine is foot. So no, I don't use a, right, so this is what it looks like at the moment. And as you can see, that's more flatter. Now, if I wanted for it to be more flatter than that, just go across it again. And that way you would have it, you'd have small diamond shapes. But that's what it looks like so far. So we have made the lining and the outside without you even thinking about making it. You have. And all you want to do now is grab this, and this is going to be the top. This is going to be the actual purse itself. So don't sew the top, because we'll need to hand stitch that on. Oh, we're going to have the white on the other side of me, I forgot. We're going to tell you what I could do just to be a bit different, because the lace won't take up a lot to sew because it's quite thin. Here's my big scissors. Now this is a lace net. move that out of my way. And like I say, because it's thin, I don't need to take the edges in with this. You cut the edge off though. Right. Fold it in half. And we're going to sew. Bring these corners together. And we're just going to sew here. I'm not bothered by the top being loose because wait, I'm going to hand sew that into the purse in a sec. So I'm not bothered by that at all. Just want to get this purse sort of sorted. Hi Sue, is that when the cute motorized where does it all sorts of stitching and embroidery? So I had one handheld sewing machine. I could not work out how to use it. I had a brother overlocker and it was so easy to use. Yeah, this is a brother. So that's what I was asking you ladies. Do you ladies, have you ladies got a small sewing machine, and are they complicated to use? Because everybody's been complaining about how they've been buying these small sewing machines and how it's even harder to use than an actual big machine, but I don't know because I haven't got one, so I can't comment. I wouldn't go out and get one. I know some ladies have got a big machine like this. I call them big, but you can get bigger. A big machine like this, and then they go out and buy a smaller machine because it takes less room up. I don't see the point in that myself. That's not to say it doesn't work for you, for the ladies that do it. It's just for me, I don't know whether it would work for me to get a smaller machine. I'm going to cut these edges down. So all I'm doing is I've put some lace on the outside. And once we've sewed this like so, we can then begin to decorate it. I had a brother dreamer create an embroidery sewing machine. I have a brother too. It does several decorative stitches. Yeah, this one, I don't know what type of brother machine there is, but it's the LX27NT. That's the model number. I don't know what type of machine it is. All I know is a brother machine, and she does a good job of sewing for me. So that sounds like fun, Sue. Sue said, yes, I got mine just over a year ago. I had one of those handhelds. Yeah, those are the ones I'm on about, handheld sewing. I could not work out how to use it. I have a brother overlock, and it's so easy. An overlock's really easy to use. Yeah, are they complicated then, the little ones, the little machines? Is there a hand machine still around for sale? Yeah, they are, Sylvia. You can pick them up from eBay. I've seen them on eBay. Sorry if that's dangling, ladies. I have seen them on eBay, and you can pick them up there. But like I say, for me, yeah, for some ladies, the reason they pick them up is because, like I say, they a bit. I call them these big machines, but they're not, because you can get bigger machines like these. But they say that the ladies that do pick these handheld machines up, that they're a lot smaller, and they take up less room, and they only do, I think they only do a few stitches, if I'm correct in saying so. Sierra says, yes, I have a small machine. It's called a little so-so, and it is a pain to restring than the normal bigger one I have off my mum's, which is a better way. See, hand machine sucks so not work at all. Ellen says, I have a Singer traditional basic stitches, but it's a workhouse. My new one's a better kick. Can't keep up with the different stitches. I'm with you on that one, Ellen. Sierra says, they are hard rollers, my opinion. See, yeah, everybody's complaining about them. Susan says, Anastasia had a lot of fun with it. Hubby bought it off me when I was retired. Sylvia says, I used the Singer, never tried any others. Yes, Singer's supposed to be really good. My mum's got one of them. Susan says, wanted to keep me out of his way. Is it working though? That's the thing, Susan. Laurel says, my sister has a really nice machine. I use it. Now, if I can only figure it out, all of it, oh, bless. Anastasia says, oh, very nice, Susan. Right, so what I'm going to do is just sew down one edge and down the other. I'm going to go forward with my stitches, and it's still on zigzag, and back. No. No. Put this down in there, lift the foot and turn it. Bring the needle out. Okay, so we've done all the basic sewing on this machine now. So what you've got is more like a pocket, and like I say, the lace is so thin that I wasn't bothered. Just cutting this lace back. And what I could have done is folded the lace over so you don't see the edge. I'm going to leave that, I think. Just cut that corner off. Okay. So how you do it from here is you get this. This is where a needle comes in handy. Where's my thing? Yes, I think it went. Some machines you need a degree. This is right. This is completely right, darling. You do need a degree with some machines because they're so complicated to use. And the thing is, do they need to be that complicated? Really? Right, so I'm going to use some of my white thread again. To do a real, not a loose stitch, but it's not going to be the main stitch. Take it through your needle. Now, what you need to do, I'm going to go from the inside this time. Okay. So, if it helps, grab a needle. I'm just going to need to do one side at a time. So only if it helps. Just make sure you've got enough of this to go on the inside. So probably needs another one. So you almost make like a string. Right. One. There. That's plenty. Right, where's my needle? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to help because this can get complicated to do. So where those pins are, take your needle in and out of the pins. But I'm going to go through my lace. That's why I say it couldn't be a loose stitch. Come on. My grandma's like that, and lovely seamstress. Pull it as you do it. You want a naff so it fits in your purse, so it fits in the clasp. Here we are. Keep that in. A bit more. Now I'm gonna, I don't think I'm gonna put dangles on this. Looking at this, I don't think I'm gonna put dangles on it, and only because it's a purse. Like I say, if it helps, pull your thread as you go along, because you will need that tightness. You'll need it like sort of like that, gathering up. I'm going to push it back through there if I can. And push it back through. And do the other side. And then what you do, you get some, and you'll need thicker, oh gosh, cotton. Because to tie it onto the purse, that's what you'll need. One's gone through, one hasn't. And I'm going to go and get some cross stitch cotton, because the threads are a lot thicker when you sew them, which means it helps you out when it comes to sewing it to the clasp of the purse. Like I say, I don't think I'm going to put dangles on this. I think if I put dangles on it, it's going to not look like a purse. I would love to learn to knit and crochet. I sewed all my clothes when I was little, and wow, you certainly have a lot of patience for sewing, Colette. Do you think so, Laurel? Be lovely for a new bride to put a gardener or something old and something new. Oh yes, this is true, Sylvia. It would, wouldn't it? Do you think I have a lot of patience? I don't know. I suppose you need a bit of patience when it comes to your sewing. Especially when making something like this, because it does require you not to get frustrated, and sometimes I do get frustrated with my sewing, because I do think, especially when my machine is like caught the fabric or caught the thread. Yeah, I get frustrated. Right, gonna just stop there. There should be enough now to take it through, and it is. See, so all you need is enough to take it through. I'm gonna just tie this off. And then it's lined inside as well. By the way, ladies, thank you for the thumbs up. I've been watching it grow as this live has been, as I've been doing the live, and I just wanted to say an amazing thank you so much for taking the time out to give me a thumbs up. Right, so we're at that stage now, right? I'm gonna get some more. It's not this type of cotton you need. I'll show you what type of cotton you need. Okay. I'm going to use white because then it'll tie in. Now this is anchor cotton. We'll be back. Gotta go for a few seconds. Okay, Sarah, not a problem, my love. Now this is just normal white, but they do usually have a code. This one hasn't got a code on. Now you need to use all the threads when doing this next bit. I'm gonna cut it to right there, and then what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna, now you need a little bit of glue. I'm just thinking what glue I can use. I'm going to use some fabric glue, I think. Come on. I'll cut the end of this one. Need to get some more. Now this is high tack. Yeah. This is high tack fast tacky glue. And all you need to do is, when I can get the bottle going, is drop some glue. Come on. I can't use a paintbrush because it needs to go in there. Come on. Sylvia. Yes, I miss my grandmother. Look at the image. I love listening to you and watching you create and learning new things. Oh, thank you, Laurel. Oh, bless. Thank you so much. To be fair, I was in between. Oh, come on. I was in between making a snippet roll, a useful snippet roll, or this purse tonight, and I thought, which one shall I make? Which one? Oh, come on. You know you want to. You know you want to come out. There we are. Come on. Right, that's it. Brush it calls for. God. Won't come out. Right. just take it through, and it's going to take me a little while to do this because my glue gun's not playing ball. Yeah, I was undecisive, if that's the word, on what to make. I didn't know whether to make a useful snippet roll or a purse. This is taking it a little while to make, but it'll be totally worth it now. I need... Right. Here's my needle. Let's get this going. Bring it through on the inside till you just about see your stitches. And then I'm going to make a loop and pull it. And then I'm going to get this. Now this is the trickiest bit. And this is tricky, but you've got the holes to help you. And if you buy a purse clasp that hasn't got holes, it is a bit more trickier. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Oh, come on. Come on, it's got to go through those holes, surely. Nope. Will it? Nope. And you stores them upside down. Yeah, I need to store it upside down. I would store mine upright, and then when I go to use it, I can never get it straight. I've got so many fancy pins on my pin. Think I can find a needle? The one that will be perfect to use. Oh, this one by here. Ha! Brilliant. You ain't gonna beat me. Right. Oh, come on. Talk about right, like I say, it's going to be a bit tricky, but if you bear with it, you will make your purse. But you need to always remember to go back through your fabric, right, through the hole that they've provided. And do it that way, and then as you might need to pull in a little bit more than this. As you pull it, as you sew it, the fabric will be pulled. And you'll have no choice but to stay there. Back through the fabric. Make sure you pull it back through that hole. That's why I helped it a little bit before I began sewing, because I knew it would be a bit tricky. And I'm using what am I using? This type of cotton because it's nice and thick. Come on. Which means that if you was to drop your purse, see it coming together? You can see it now. When I get to about halfway, you'll see this come together. And I'm gonna, you know, on the top where these gaps are, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna put some actual gemstones at the top. That's what you'll end up with. And the holes are there to help you, whereas with the other little one, the holes aren't there, in which case then it's a little bit more trickier. It is possible, and I have done it with those little ones. But if you fancy to go with this and you grab these type of, you're wondering what clasp to get, if you get a clasp that's got the hole in, it'll help you when you go to pulling it. I've just noticed the time. So I might put this purse together this week and decorate it next week with you. That's what I might do, part 1 and 2, because I don't want to rush decorating it, and I want you to see it, do it together in case you want to give it a go. But I will decorate it with you all next week and put it together this week. So like I say, do the stitch, even if they're just loose stitches, as long as they're stitches. Colette, do you have patients that looks fiddly? No, it's not fiddly, I promise, because you've got the holes in the top. It helps you. If you didn't have the holes, that's what I'm saying. If you didn't have the holes, it is a lot trickier. I've done it with that, you know, the smaller one that I showed you right at the very start. I don't know whether you were with me. I think you was. If you got the ones that haven't got the holes, it is tricky, because then you've got to put the fabric actually in there and sit it in there, so it does become fiddly with the smaller one. But with this one, it's not. It's just basically you're just sewing in and out, and because we placed like a tacking stitch almost before I began to do this, it's helped it gather it all up. But like I say, I think next week what I'll do is decorate it with you all, and this week I've showed you how to put it together. And I think what I might do with the tops, I'm going to put actual gemstones, because I've got a collection and I've got to start using them. So I'm thinking of showing you some of them as well, because my collection's quite large. And like I say, I've got to start using them. But thank you all for watching, and I'm sorry if you've seen the same thing done twice tonight. It is a bit time consuming, but hey, what price can you put on a handmade purse or a handmade item? You can't. I think handmade, whatever is made, whoever makes it, it's somewhat special, and I tend to almost find it hard if somebody's made me a handmade thing, even if it's like a flower. So we've done that side now, so that's what that side looks like. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to give these a good tug with my needle. Come on. Come on. A little bit loose. See where there's loose? Just tug it with your needle. Tug it all the way down. because it's not over till you make the last hole. And I think who suggested these would be really good as a wedding gift. See how loose it is? You don't want it too loose. And then that last one. There. Right, so I'm going to turn it round with the edge. Turn it round. Put this back through. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on the edge and inside. Bring it up. So you start again then on the outside again. So you've sort of bought yourself on the inside and then the out. Now you'll need it on the outside, your needle on the outside to begin stitching it again. Come on. There, look. And like I say, because it's got the holes, it helps me. Yes, and we would do love nature and get upset with rubbish thrown in ditches would kill creatures. Isn't that funny how that works? You're doing a great job sewing that together. Thank you, Debbie. Sorry, ladies, I'm not reading the chat. I'm just trying to get this purse sewn together so you ladies can see what I'm sort of saying about having the holes there, because then it helps. And like I say, I think next week what I'll do is show you my collection of my gemstones I've got, and decorating next week with you. Come on. Nearly there. See? Can you see that? So it almost doesn't take long to do. I think the hardest part is getting sort of started with it. But once you get started with making one of these, you know, the world's your oyster. You can make as many, and like I say, with the holes being there, it helps when you are sewing it together. It does keep catching on the outside of that ring though. Back through the fabric, tugging in as I'm going along to keep that tension. And the puffiness of the wadding has gone. I'm nearly in the middle of it now. So have you ladies enjoyed tonight's live? If you have, I'd love to know if you have. Because perhaps I'll do more lives like this in the future. I know I've been on for nearly 3 hours. I do apologise. Come on. There. Yes, it's a lovely tutorial. Oh, thank you, Sierra. Yes, I love all your lives. Thank you, Laurel. A few more holes. I loved watching your live. Thank you, Angie. Ellen, you're a star. Oh, thank you, Ellen. So perhaps I'll do more lives like this, sewing lives, maybe. You know, like I say, the decorating of it, I think I'll do finish off with you next week. So, ladies, I've got a few things to go. Thank you for all your comments, all your positive comments and your feedback and your input. It's been so nice. So, who's got a challenge going on? I'd love to know. Please put it in your comments. If you've got a live, I'd love it if you've got a live coming up or a challenge coming up or you're going live in a bit. Put it in the comment section. If you're not subscribed to each other, please go on over and subscribe. YouTube is such a big platform. There's such a lot out there. And, you know, we learn from each other. That's how we evolve as crafters. So please subscribe to each other. Please support each other. Because that's what it's all about. And life would be very boring if we didn't watch other people and we didn't grow, you know. They are so neat to make your own little bag. What do you mean, these purse clasps? Sarah? Is that what you mean? Right, it's going to catch on the first and the last couple of stitches. But we are on the running row now. The last few stitches. Like I said, if you've, yes, the purse clasps. Yeah, they are. They are, they take a little bit while to make. But once you get going, they're fantastic. And I'm going to decorate mine, I think, next week with you all. So challenges, what challenges have I got going on? I've got a challenge going on at the moment. If you want to pop on over, if you go back a couple of videos, if you want to join in on my challenge, it's show me your work, show my work, show me your work. That's what the challenge is, a sub appreciation challenge. So my challenge has got going on, and if you'd like to take part in that, please make sure you comment so I can, it's all in one place and it's a lot easier for me to do. Now I'm on the last sort of stitch, and as you can see, it has twisted slightly, and that's because I have the way I'm sewing it, but it'll soon straighten out now in a second. Last hole. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Nearly there. What are the challenges I got going on? There's Avra's challenge. So there's Poppets, Ribbon and Lace. She's got a challenge going on. Maggie's got a challenge going on. Maggie White, she's got a challenge going on at the moment. And all you need to do for that challenge is send in some fabric pictures, or some paper pictures. That's all she's asking for. Right, so what I've done, it's just the way I've sewed it on the side. But I quite like the kink in it. I quite like it at the side, don't you think so? Now what I've done is I've gone through the inside and back through on the other side, and then to sew this off, to tie it off, go back on the inside, because always make sure your stitches can't be seen. I think she loved my second entry. Are you going to turn it inside out? No, Sierra, the purple fabric's on the outside. This is going to be on the the outside, because next week, what I'll do next week is I will decorate it with you, and the image transferring I did right at the very start, I'm going to use that image, and I've got some really nice laces that I want to use. So no, I'm not turning it inside out, because I want to use the trims I got sent this week, and the trims that I've been sorting through. I sort of want to use them. But if you wanted to do the lace on the inside before you stick your clasp on, that's the time to sew it the other way. So that's basically how to do the purse. Now next week I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with decorating it. Where's that image gone? I am going to use this image, and we're going to put it on the purse, and we're going to actually do it vintage style, and I'm going to use proper gemstones for it. But that's basically the purse, and like I say, with the holes being in the clasp, it helps you when you go to do the purse. If the holes aren't there, what happens is, and I've done it with holes on there, it's a nightmare to do. Only because there is nothing there for you to sort of pull the thread. You just place a bit of glue on the inside of it, and that's it, and you've sort of got to get the fabric the right size. But that was 12 inches by 7, I think. That's what I had it measuring, and now it measures 5.5 by 6.5. But next week I will come back and I would decorate it with you. That's what I'll do next week. So we're going to decorate that. So yeah, part 2 next week. I don't want to do it all in one night and keep you up all, because I know for us in the UK it's quite late. But I will thank you all for watching. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up. It's been going, it's on 13 now, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your lovely comments, and like I say, I've got a challenge going on, but if you've got a challenge going on, or you're live right now, or you're going live in the next hour, or you're going live over the weekend, till I see you next week, please post it in the chat, and if I can make you live, I will definitely make you live. Bye Susan, thank you so much for watching. You've been such a superstar, and it's been a pleasure having you in my chat, so thank you so much. Thanks for sharing, lovely lady. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you to everybody who's been watching tonight and taking part in the live. Sorry. Laurel says she's going live at 7 p.m. CST time, which is for us, works about 2 o'clock in the morning for us. Tonight, that's tonight. So if you're up and about in UK, pop her over to Forever Purple Creations, and Laurel will be going live. I think she goes live with Sarah, sometimes Rose, Maggie sometimes. So yeah, and I will catch up with you all next week, where we will be decorating this, and please come back next week and ready for part 2. Can't wait to decorate it with you. But till next week, good night, God bless, and I will catch up with you then. Good night, lovely ladies. No star. Bye for now, ladies. Bye.